Hey everyone, welcome back. Big shout out to everyone who's liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. So close to 10,000, I can feel it now, so I'm massively appreciative for this. It's just me here, just doing this and trying to give it back to you, some information, and hopefully send you on your journeys, geeking out, production journeys. So DeckSaver have kindly, sort of to commemorate this 10,000 thing, they've kindly offered a prize. So DeckSaver, if you don't know, I've got a little thing here of him for one of the stuff they sent me. DeckSaver, really cool things in the studio to have them on all my gear when I'm on the road, protecting it from spills and stuff like that, dropping stuff on the decks, leads and hard drives and cables, heavy cables, protection all the way. So it's really cool that they offer this, not just one, but two gifts to give away. So 2 DeckSavers of your choice. Really, really cool. And I'm also going to throw in something else, something special. So pile of vinyl. Pile of vinyl. If you want to know what these are, tune in next week. But I've not got much vinyl left of my own tracks. I'm going to sign it and I'm going to send it to whoever it is. You can be anywhere around the world. So yeah, stack of vinyl, limited edition, because I've not got many left at all now. I don't know if you can still get any of these anymore. There's like promos in here and white labels and all sorts and EPs. So vinyl to give away and 2 DeckSavers of your choice. There'll be a runner-up prize as well as probably 1 DeckSaver, and then I'll see what else I can throw in. So really simple, just subscribe to this channel, obviously, because you're watching this right, but also subscribe to DeckSaver's channel as well. So if you subscribe to DeckSaver's channel and my channel, then let me know in the comments that you subscribed. Just tell me where you're from as well. Just say subscribed, I don't know, DC or wherever, in the comments, and then I'm going to pick a random winner on the 20th of this month, so a week next Friday. So the 20th we'll pick a winner, and then, yeah, we'll get it posted out to you wherever you may be around the world. Not a problem at all. So thank you so much for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Okay, back to the work. So this week's video is 2 of my favourite plugins of this year. So we're at the end of 2024 nearly. So these 2 plugins are 2 of my favourite plugins. Just came out really recently. Just like blindsiding me a bit, like, because I weren't expecting myself. And they came in. I was like, oh, okay, this is wicked, and I'm going to use them all the time now. So I'm going to show them to you. So the first one is Snapback by Cable Guys in a conjunction with BT. They're doing a collaboration. So yeah, big shout out to Cable Guys and BT. Snapback, amazing. My second one is Shimmer. So Cubase 14 Shimmer came out of nowhere. Wow, I cannot not use this plugin now. So you might have seen some of my videos when I did a live stream in Plugin Boutique when I've shown that. Big shout out to Plugin Boutique guys. But this is like a staple of my thing now, because I always struggle with riffs, getting them sounding big and kind of, you know, fat and sort of melodic, and sort of just adding that little extra percentage to them. And this plugin does it. And Snapback for layering, well, you know me and drum layering, if you've seen the previous videos. This is a killer for that. So 2 killer plugins that will really help you on your way. And yeah, without much talk, much ado, let's just carry on and have a look. Here we go. Okay, so I have a beat up here. You might recognise this, Junglist Crew. Really cool. I might want to add more to this now. So this is a cool plugin. This is a cool plugin. Snapback. This is what it looks like. What does it do? So this adds layers and textures to anything, any percussive material. In fact, any material, because it's an audio plugin. Really, really cool. You have 2 different types of layering. So your transient and then your actual snapback layers, so adding that punch and sort of textures and stuff. You have loads of really cool presets. What's also good is it has a built-in limiter and you different trigger modes. You can trigger by audio or MIDI, so it's really, really cool. So let's have a listen. You can see it there running. Gives you a snapshot of the waveform. Let's just dive straight into the presets. Different categories as well, which is great. So kick, snare, loop. Obviously, we're going to use a loop as well. This one's really cool, Discworld. So it's adding the kick category. If I click on it, you can see here, it's just showing me this one here, the snapback. So it's like a reverse whip. And this is adding that sort of reverse texture to the whole break. And if you find that too much, then I can just change the attack. And I might want to say, okay, it's all right, but it's constantly rolling the break. We'll have a look at that in a second. I can solve that one for you. But I might say, okay, give me some more transients to this as well. Give me more layers to it. And I can go in here, say, emu attack. Okay, let's have that. Nice. So now I instantly get that sort of percussion, sort of percussive sort of, it's not a hat, but it's like a little click that's to the break. I like that. It gives you sort of a attack and punch. I can tighten it with a decay. With and without. Honestly, this is a game changer because normally you're going to layer stuff like this break with percussive sounds, maybe like you got like a bongo kit, and you might want to add some percussive elements on top of this break, and then before you know it, you've got 5 or 6 breaks down, or elements of a break to make one break sounding like this. So it's really good to have it in one plugin, have your break, have Snapback, and then you're off and running again. Let's take some more out. So what's in the punch section? Let's have a look. Punch section. I mean, there's loads in here. Loop section. Okay, something that I had a look at before in the last couple of weeks. Click burst. Nice. So that's adding that nice texture. And if you look here on the waveform, you can see what it's doing. It's adding it here. I open up the trigger mode, and I can see the threshold. So I can actually choose, also by the triggering of the threshold, I can choose how much it starts to trigger by, when does the ceiling come alive, or when it becomes active, these 2 transients that I'm adding to this one break. Really, really powerful. I mean, the fact that I can do that, and there's different algorithms for drums, general, and there's complex as well. Also, it's MIDI. Also, you can use it via MIDI triggering. There you go, got it out. So here in trigger mode, audio MIDI. So when I go to MIDI mode, how will that work? So someone's question might be, I love that, but I don't want it to happen all the time. And so what am I going to do with that? Like, I love that section. I'm going to resample it and take bits out. You don't have to do that. Okay, so whatever DAW you're using, it's really easy to add a MIDI channel. On Cubase, you just right click, you can add a channel. I add a MIDI track. And in the MIDI track, I can route that physical to the Snapback. So my inputs will be whatever input I'm using, so whether keyboard or drum machine or controller. I can then route that through to Snapback. And then from Snapback, you can see here I'm triggering now. I'm actually going to be triggering Snapback. So I'm actually triggering the actual elements, the layered elements. If you click on here, make sure I'm on the channel. How cool is that? So I can actually then real-time play in the notes where I want the Snapback transients to hit. So let's try different presets so it's more prominent. Dusty. I mean, that's really powerful in itself, that. And then I can maybe record that with the MIDI triggers, so you can actually really customize and sculpt to your break. So yeah, big up for that. That's a really, really cool feature, really nifty feature. Let's go back to audio mode because we're going to check out some more presets. And don't forget we have the threshold to change. So it's really active now. I could also choose to zoom in and choose what sort of frequency range I want this to be active, so I can bring more mid out and leave the top. So that's cool, but obviously it's going to be really annoying constantly. So then I can say, okay, love how that's sounding. I've sculpted just the low end sort of, the mid from this break, from this transient, and a little bit of the tops in the snapback section. So you're getting that snap attack in the highs, and in the mids I've got that sort of rattle. And now I can just say, okay, it's too constant, it's a bit too much, then I want to go to MIDI mode, and in the MIDI mode, then I can choose to when I want to bring that in. Getting carried away, but you get the idea. So wow, this is what a plugin. So big shout out to Cable Guys and BT for their collab on this. This is a plugin that comes in on every tune from now on. So it's good to have a plugin that comes out and it's fresh and it's new, but it's actually functional. It's really functional. I love layering. That's what we do in this kind of, in most electronic music, to be honest, if you're an electronic producer listening, but even in sound scoring stuff and just songwriting stuff, a lot of it is layering. You're layering two sounds together to get a cohesive sound, to get a bigger sound. For breakbeat stuff, it's a killer tool. Let's check out some more presets. Back to audio mode. Oh, I love that. Love that. That little sizzle. With and without. Can turn it up a bit. And there's even a built-in limiter as well, so I can actually limit this as well. Bring this threshold down. Tighten off that little snare in the break. Maybe expand the decay a bit here. Tighten it again. I love that. It's like get proper hats out of this break. So you actually can almost like add hi-hats, and if you had a break and you mix it throughout the track and this break was perfect, but you're just missing that bit of the high end, yes, you would put a hi-hat and then run a hi-hat pattern or some sort of sheen pattern. But in here, I can put Snapback on and just use this snare element, choose what range I want it to be. So from 19 hertz, from 12 to 19 hertz, that little range. And then I can say, okay, just give me that in that region. And of course, don't forget MIDI mode, where I can just trigger and bring that in when I want to as well, and then just resample that. So yeah, really, really powerful. Any more presets in here been checking out? Let's have a look. I mean, there's loads of categories. Sub, source. What's that one? Breathing room. Okay. Oh, it's like a reverb. Let's tighten that a bit. And this is probably an ideal one to do the real-time MIDI triggering of where you want it to come in. So maybe on the snare, boom, 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 something like that. So really good. Again, one of my favorite plugins this year, 2024. Let's check out the kick and snare, because this is what it's primarily based around. So kick and snare. It is on the snare, you can see it now. I've already got something on here already. Snare width in this track. Let's go through some more. So let's have a look at clap, maybe. Disco snare, this is a good one. Sizzle. Nice. And obviously you can tighten it and customize it. Little crackle and pop. Nice. So this is nice for adding sort of maybe rhythmical stuff to a snare in conjunction with the break. Maybe take Snapback off that one, off that break, so we're not getting too unruly in here. Or maybe put something else on here, but for now let's just disable it. Nice. And of course we can see what it's happening, what's doing, which is really good to be able to visually see where the snapback is being added and what it's doing, and also seeing the waveform. And we can get full zoom details here. And we can see our output. Really, really cool. It's got tons of presets, so I will leave the rest up to you people, you lovely people, to check this out at your heart's content, but it's got some really cool categories. The sub one's great as well. It actually has some weird body to the track. You probably wouldn't do that, but maybe if you have a nice sine wave, you can then maybe put this in here and get some more beef out of stuff. It's just great what it does to breaks. It's really, really powerful and a really, 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 really cool plugin. So yeah, that is Snapback, and let's move on to our next one. Okay, so the next one is going to be Shimmer, like we saw before. So Cubase 14, this came in. I was well surprised because although do stuff for Steinberg, I didn't realize this was coming in until late in the day. So when it came in, I was like, oh, is it what I might think it might be? It was way more than I thought it would be. So, like the new plugins in Cubase 14, they're all fully resizable, the GUIs, which is great. So you can actually then, if you have, if you're lucky enough to have massive monitors, you can zoom around and pitch it where you want to be. Dual monitors, you can move it across to another monitor. Really, really cool. So this adds that sort of ethereal shimmer to things. It really livens up a lot of material, to be honest, like riffs. I love it on riffs, strings, pianos, stuff like that. You know, organic material. It sounds amazing. So quickly, let's listen to it here. This is a remix that I've been doing for someone. Well, I finished it now, thank God. It's out next year. It's Bigger Heads, and it's on Totally Dubwise. It's the remix, my remix. So here's the riff. Maybe let's quantize that by bar so we're not tripping up. Okay, so the track was like this, and then I moved on to everything else, and it was kind of getting there to where it was sculpting to be ready. But I needed a little bit of extra on the breaks, on the riff, should I say? The breaks were fine. I needed something on the riff, and this is great. You just turn it on. This is a default preset. I mean, listen to that. It just adds another dimension straight away. So I can't wait now to go back in all my old tracks and all my old riffs, all my old resamples, and then just elevate it with this. Obviously, that's really, I'm going all in there, but everything's customizable. So let's have a listen to it. Tighter and more customizable. Gonna dive out the feedback. The mix. Nice. I can even choose the frequency range where I want it to be. And just bring up that pluck of the guitar. Just the highs of that. With and without. I absolutely love this plugin. I absolutely love it. And with the effect, with the new addition of in Cubase the modulators, wow! I can then say, okay, right at the modulator. There's brand new modulators if you don't know in Cubase 14, which are amazing. So I can say, give me a shaper. It's already in learn mode. I can say maybe learn the modulation. It's a new connection has been created, and then maybe add another one. I'm going to say, give me another shaper. Yeah, let's do a shaper, another shaper, and then maybe put it on the mix, maybe, and I can control the frequency range and when that's kicking in. Nice. Feedback. Add more reverb. How cool is that? So this is a really, really, amazing. So Steinberg, well done. Another great plugin. So this now, like, imagine on your old riffs and stuff, and you might need a new life, or you might be doing a remix. This is a great option. You literally just put this on now, and you can tweak things. You can change the pitch, the modulation, the intensity, and I love the fact that we can actually zero in on the frequency range that we want to attack with this plugin. So we can actually then really bring out just the highs and the riffs, or maybe bring out that lower mid and get that kind of funk out of there. Yeah, so cool. So cool. So let's try that on something else. So I've got another riff here. Obviously, each material will be slightly different, but that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It can be actually a really good thing. So I'm going to move across to another riff here that I've got. This is directly out of Media Bay, Cubase Crew. You can just grab this loop now. Electronic Organic Loop, I think it's called, or something like that. Again, here's the loop. Straight in Shimmer, this is the default preset. With and without. Wow. I mean, that's incredible. That's just already I've got like other ideas now and where I might want to do something that, like, because it's so expansive and it adds so much texture and it's that big wall of sound type of thing. It probably means that I could just use that riff and then maybe not have to add more strings and pianos and stuff like that. I could just go, okay, this is doing more than enough for me. And again, let's start through the frequency range. The highs, lows, mid, there. Let's do the modulators. Let's do the shaper and modulation. Open up the high mids. Wow. Yeah, really, really love this plugin. So there you go. It was a quicker one this week. I should say a quicker one, a shorter one this week. Next week, let me know, or should I say after this video, let me know where you're from. Don't forget to subscribe to DeckSaver and this channel, obviously, and tell me where you're from. So subscribed, I'm from so-and-so. That's it, and I'll just pick 2 winners, or I should say a winner and runner-up. Both get prizes. First one is 2 DeckSavers of your choice. They can be anything, and a stack of vinyl, limited edition vinyl, that I will sign and send to you anywhere around the world. And yeah, if you want DeckSavers, I have a code. It's a Sappo 015. That's down in the comments as well. If you want to get yourself a DeckSaver, it's 15% off. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, really cool gear. And thanks to DeckSaver for donating the prize for the channel. So hopefully next time I see you people, you lovely people, I'll be on 10k subs. I might not be, but it's no biggie. I'm just happy to just keep doing this. So until next week, don't forget, check out these 2 plugins. Cubase users, Shimmer, it's only available in Cubase, the new Cubase 14, but Snapback is available as a VST for everyone. So I'll put the links in the description and the links to the pages and all that kind of stuff as well. So until next week, peace.